tea full of that. And I got in my tent, 5 o'clock in the morning, I were up to necky water. I says to John, John, this pop-up tent, you can have it for grandkids, we've got some grandkids. I says, I'm off. He says, are you off? I says, aye. I says, I'm week through. I said, I'm going back home to Scotland. So I did, it took me about bloody 5 hours to get up there. But
you can see how big that canopy is now, can't you?
I'm going to turn it all round.
do you want an hand, Mick?
Aye, if you wouldn't mind.
Aye, what do you want me to do? Because I don't want to be at road like, but...
Start unpegging that canopy at the back, right? Because the tent has got a frame, so it'll just spin round.
Down and all, doesn't it?
Aye, but the tent's got to go around anyway.
Yeah.
So if we just drag that forward. This one. So I'll move that to the school.
That's the last. Your torches and all, so what's here, Mick?
Don't shit it out.
Oh, you can't whack it into that. Oh dear. Now it's on dual peg with what do you call it?
Yeah.
Light sheet. Had a brave man turn it round.
Where? The thing is, that's it, the range is blowing straight into it.
You know, when you set up like that yesterday, I nearly said you always turn it right on the road, because I'd done exactly the same. Because it always does it like this here.
Yeah.
Slows down.
Aye.
That's it. Right, are we? I think
Right,
we're all out, yeah.
Right, we just spin it round then.
Here we go.
See, if we put it more or less on right.
Yeah.
That's it.
How's that?
Perfect.
Right.
Right, we get to put the peg down.
Got to remember which one's what.
Wait, don't matter. We'll peg base out first.
Go on. You'll grab some of them.
Just tension it, you see.
Are we just pulling the tent tight, fella?
Aye. It's not a bad way to tent this.
Are you doing this one?
Sorry?
I'm doing this one. How did you do this one? You tighten that up.
No, I just left them there. I just left them tied. Just like that. Yeah. It's I doubled them up myself. They just had single ones on. And then I've had this out with 70 mile an hour winds. Looks like double guided. So now. Right, fuck that then, because it's
Right. Go on. Somebody's been drinking John Smith's here last night, or what?
I don't know, but I tell you what, I was absolutely plastered.
Aye, I know. Aye.
I don't remember going to bed.
I'll tell you what, that gin you had, it made a good job. Do you want me to hold it like this, Mick, and you'll get some
Yes!
press in?
That would
Here,
be
look.
dead handy. Cheers.
I'll hold it up like this.
Yeah.
This will be something to look back on, Mick, anyway.
Oh, absolutely. We tell everybody what a great time we had, and they'll see your film and say, what am I said to goodness?
Did I hear you say you're stopping all Monday, Mick?
I won't, but I'm pretty sure now.
Well,
Depends what
if
weather's
it's
gonna
nice tomorrow, it might just dry everything out.
Well, yeah, there is that way.
But you never know what it's going to do on Monday.
Well, once my phone's charged up, I'll get the weather forecast online.
Well, just at the right time to go for a dump.
Well, if it's barking at you when she sits, she's not sure with that cape on.
Charlie's just done an hour on Western Front there. You know. Oh dear. How are we going, Mick?
I would say that's about right, isn't it? If I put it
You'll say so, it will be.
Funny, innit?
That one when Bev and Gladys came.
Aye.
Aye. Aye, he did a sermon from pulpit in church.
Aye.
That was like these American bloody what do they call them?
Evangelists.
Aye, them sort. He was doing one of them. He were at font and everywhere. He had a right good laugh. He liked that black pudding. He said it were alright, and he's from Leicester.
Right, I think we're about there, aren't we?
Aye.
I'm just trying to get it reasonably tight.
Hey,
so
up
it
Olive, I
won't-
see ya. I'll tell you what I do, miss.
Yeah,
My teardrop trailer.
yeah.
What's that, man? Oh, it's here. I wonder where he's gone.
Yeah, that's awfully bonny.
This is a funny way thing.
Yes, it is. That's the last one. Soft vinegar,
I'll
alright.
tell you what, that old gin got me last night, something like.
I don't remember.
Ah,
I don't remember going to bed.
You're singing and everything.
Hey,
Get away and shite.
Honestly.
I know it ain't shite sheet. Hey, have you ever heard
You were
this
singing
saying?
my way.
Have you ever heard this saying? This is a North East saying. I'll eat here with a cuddy. That guy I work with from Ferry Hill used to say it all the time. I do it in shite and I'll eat here with a cuddy. I'm thinking, what the fuck's he on about?
I don't know that one.
I never found out what it meant.
Well, you'd be a pit yacker.
No, but well, he lives in Gould. He lives in Gould now.
Yeah.
What did that tell you?
Wait.
Aye.
The rain's warm.
Yeah.
So if you get wet, but every campsite has a tumble. I just had leathers in those days. And it was like, in the tumble dry with the leathers, 10 seconds out, shake it, in, out, every night. And coins going in it.
God's sake, wow.
That's probably the wettest hole they've ever had.
Done. We went over at Shap and it was snowing. When we got back to here, I says, I bet you were freezing in that sidecar, weren't you? He says, no, absolutely red hot these suits.
Andy.
Ah, I bought one on strength, but my bugger leaks. Typical. I've tried all sorts of it years. Leather with grease on works best.
Yeah.
Aye.
That's what I find.
Yeah.
I want one of them that you put on.
Poncho.
Aye, that's bloody ideal.
You'll be alright. Grow, you said a bit in a stubble and a cigar. One of my,
Need a bit of stuff.
you can have one of my cigars. You look like High Plains Drifter in Birmingham. But the problem is with them, the kilometres.
Right.
So
Yeah, but you soon memorised 30,
Oh, aye,
40 and 50.
I
can't you?
equated it.
Yeah.
Aye. 50 is about 80 kilometres, isn't
Yeah.
it? So, but I bought a solo chang off a guy in Perth, right? First one I ever had, and he says, I've only ever done 40 kilometres an hour on it. That's because I says, what did it go like? Well, I've only ever done 40 kilometres an hour, and then I had a look. 40 kilometres an hour was about 29 mile an hour.
So what do you cruise at on this then?
This, yeah, throws all day at 50
Miles or kilometres?
miles an hour.
That's fast enough for me.
In that motorway. Look, sidecar brake as well.
Yes.
Separate pedal.
Yeah, that's something I've got. I've got the.
Vince has got the link pedal on his Danipa,
Yeah.
but somebody said to me, why would you want a separate brake pedal? The answer is this: if you want to do a left
Double
and you
brake.
put your foot on that, it brings you round just right, no
Yeah.
problems, you know.
Yeah.
Safe steering.
Made mine.
I said though, that's how
Just
much
what-
they are. Them though, if you were to
Wire.
go,
If I
you go to Dave Angel and buy a new one of them, it's 220 quid. You know. I mean, if you
about 30 quid in part.
yeah, if you've got some you want a bit of 10 mil bloody bar and
Yeah.
you're away.
Oh.
No, I'm just saying that's how much they are. And you know, new the 220 quid. I suppose if you'd a new sidecar, you know, you might want to fit one. But I mean, I've got what do you call it? I've got Noah's End rack on. That's Chris Tome's Noah's End rack from Ukraine. Comes to about here. Which it could be because it's got the cast grease nipple holder on the headstock. Says that it's probably a Chinese army bike, which is what most of them were.
Yeah.
And I mean, they had millions. And all army in China, bloody any like fire departments and stuff like that. They all had bikes.
Yeah.
You know, there's some of these and they have like a trike back end on and stuff, you know. But they just made shitloads on them. But I mean, you can buy one of these brand new. You could buy one tomorrow.
Yeah, I've seen them advertised.
Yeah.
When I first heard of them, I looked them up on Google.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's the man. He's the man who you buy one off. He was the man. He's going up importing them because they don't want to send them as built-up bikes now. They want to send them in kit form.
Yeah.
And he's getting a bit old, is John, at BMW for doing that job. He's in his bloody, I would say, 70s, late 70s maybe. But he sort of like runs BMW in Derby as an hobby because his wife's got bloody MS. Yeah. And he has to look after her. But my son did university in Derby for 3 years, and he had a place, a student accommodation, just down the road from him. So if I wanted out, I used to just go, like, you know. I mean, I've probably owned a large portion of these at Seaton Country. Yeah. I mean, I've had the overhead valve, and I've had three of I had a solo one of these, and I had another one with a right-hand chair on. There isn't that many because I set that page up and I've only got about 20 people on, and out of 20 there's a lot of people got Urals or Denipers.
And they're easy enough to get space for, I would imagine. You go to China. You can just ring him up. You can just ring him up in Derby. He's got everything. Yeah. Or if you speak to Ralph at Motor World, he advertises on eBay. I don't think he's called Ralph, but that's what he signs off as. I bought some new intake rubbers about a week ago, and they were here this week. Bloody hell!
Just over a week, which amazingly fast. I mean, I got two of them Brooklyn screens off him, but they're going every time you buy them. They're getting dearer and dearer.
How much does he charge for them?
He's about £100 now. You can get them over here now cheaper than what you could in China. He did me a deal with them. He knocked me £10 off each of them because I bought two. Because I put one on that one I sold the guy in Satan's Slaves at Withenshaw, the overhead valve. It had got Ural rack on, same. It had got nose end rack on. It didn't have boxes on. It had a front bumper, but it didn't have LEDs. I mean, they're great. Them, here, get a load of them buggers. Are they on?
No.
Fucking hell, wires dropped off them. There's a tight wire in.
You're going to show off?
There's a tight.
Make sure it works.
Hey, I'll tell you what, they were wicked the other day, but my switch is up here, and one of my wires a bit tight, he dropped off. I'll have to go back in, but I only fitted that speed out the other day, because that come, I've probably not put fucking wire back on, but they're bright as fuck is them. You know, and they pull in knack ball.
To be quite honest with you, when I first thought of one of them, I wanted to sort of do a BMW replica. Yeah. Like a lot of, not just painted grey. Yeah. Have you seen that one Dazzy's doing? No.
Oh, Daz Dales. Yeah. Come and have a look at this, right? Because do you know what he did? He took gussets off his frame, didn't he? And read it all welds. Yeah. Well, this is why this one's probably an original frame. There's no gussets on these welds.
So that's
how they would have been. But he was slagging Changjiang ones off. Yeah. I wouldn't like to see a Changjiang, he said. And I thought, well, why wouldn't you want to see a Changjiang? Everybody assumes that because they're made in China, they're shit. Nah.
Like 99% of the stuff we buy nowadays made in China.
But the problem is, right, I mean, I'd heard horror stories about these before I bought one, and when I bought one, that turned me straight away, because I thought this is better than any fucking Deniper I've ever had. It's electric starts up at button all the time, fucking brilliant, you know.
And it looks original. That's what I like about it.
You can't tell it's not. No. And I mean, it's got, like I say, it's got BMW alternator in there, straight off the crank. Yeah. What more could you want? You know. All my electrics are in here. There's the starter, what do you call it, solenoid in there, and regulator rectifier. The alternator's brushed, so just a case of replacing brushes, dead easy. You know. That's not Chinese coil. My Chinese coil snapped. It cracked it winter. It got caked up with bloody water, and it froze. And it just busted it, and it was like fucking Star Wars. Yeah. It were all over.
Because I always like you, I've got my cans on the back.
Yeah.
I've got quite a few.
I'm going to say, I'm not sure I had that.
Stand there.
There you go. You know what they say, Mick? Every day is a school day.
Well, yeah, I've never heard of that before.
At least your battery's not fucked.
No.
Like, one thing you never do with vacuum tap, you never turn it off because you didn't turn off on it. I always turn mine off and run cars dry or you end up melting the street. With a few bits of street melted with half that mine on it. Steaming at that side, it's not getting warm at this side, it's not running on this side.
It'll wet the plug.
It'll be, it'll
You didn't get it going around the field.
You took a risk there, eh?
He's adventure riding there, big time. I hope they bloody hell he didn't put his head
Sounds okay.
It does. That's the first time I've met Mick. I've not met him before, but he was going wrong way in village. We'd just been at shop, and he come past us, and I realised it were him because I seen dog and shouted
Well, I
him.
got to the village here and I turned right,
Yeah,
and then I thought,
that's what he must have done.
Whoa!
Whoa.
What is it?
Whoa, he's flying the chair.
Oh, he's showing off now.
Don't have a cookie. I'm going to tell you something in a minute.
Wheels are going to collapse.
No. Oh. I had a mate that used to fly chair all the time. And do you know what he suffered from all the time? Slack fittings.
Right.
Due to doing it, puts pressure on.
Yeah.
That looks slack to me.
That's because that nut was seized solid.
Right.
So I backed it off
Yeah.
and I pumped a load of bloody freen oil in. So that's why that's slack at the minute, because
Aye.
that was seized up.
I'm going to say just watch it.
Yeah.
But aye, they'll fly in the chair. Because, you see, the clamps at the bottom
Yeah,
are on balls
Yeah.
and claws.
Yeah.
But they're less likely to move. But
It's pretty tight, mate, because I let that lock nut off, I made sure
Yeah.
I give everything a real good bloody...
that's what you have to do. You have to go round them regularly.
Yeah.
I tell you what, keep your eye on your spokes.
Yes.
Because that Ural that I bought in October off that idiot in Workington,
Yeah.
he took it to MOT and it failed on loose spokes in wheel.
Yeah.
Now, he didn't tell me that he hadn't done out with spokes because he failed on a ball tyre and all. But what he'd done was he put the spare wheel onto the back of the bike, and the spare wheel was the wheel that he'd not attended to.
Yeah.
That turned out to be an 18-inch and all, the rest were 19.
Yeah.
But
That's
he
an
had-
18.
he hadn't tightened them up.
Yeah.
Well, don't forget my mate wants to buy
Oh,
your wheels.
yeah, it's pure and simple. Once I know this will handle the weight of a trailer, because
I think he will.
I think it will, but I'd be an absolute muppet to let them go and then find it won't pull a trailer, and then I'm going to be searching for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they're all of them in that condition,
Yeah.
and one of them's never been on a bike.
Oh, you said new old stock or something, you said,
Yeah,
didn't you?
yeah. There was a lad on the site had two of them,
Right.
and he wanted
Aye, I remember them being for sale.
yeah, 100 odd quid a
Aye,
piece, weren't they?
they turned up just after my mate bought that.
Yeah.
'Cause that 650 electric start my mate bought were on eBay, right? And it were on for 1,700 quid in
Right.
Spalding. There were two pictures of this bike in a shed.
Yeah.
So we took a chance that it was going to be alright. And when we got there, it was a stonker. Absolute stonker. I've never seen wheels on a second-hand Euro of that age as good. Well, chrome are immaculate on them all.
See that
you know?
there?
Yeah.
That's what all those 18 inches are like.
Yeah.
All the drums are good.
Yeah.
No cracks in them.
Now,
And one of the wheels is brand new.
what you've got to watch with these is,
Yeah.
you get oval drums.
Yes, I know.
And
Put it on the front, the fucking thing's
aye,
doing that.
but it's not so much that it's worn that way. That's how they were machined.
Yeah.
Because the Russians the machinery that the Russians were using at that time were probably fuck like old Triumph stuff and that. You know,
Yeah.
when they were making stuff that were broken all the time. But and the knifers were even worse for it.
Yeah.
That oval drum.
Sorry?
Not back on the tool.